planned, and then you decided, okay, when is Ramnoni
Okay,
leaving? He's
time.
going on 21st, so go on 22nd. Going on 21st, so go on 22nd.
I should hide my God.
जय
This is
बाबा
recording.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय.
EJ.
We'll start with the prayer. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you. And help us all to hold fast to Baba's family till the very end. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय.
Ito mo, ibabalik kahit ang chain. Jai Baba. Center for light.
Hey, Baba Ram, can you say something, please? Unmute yourself. Say something.
Yeah, I mean, we could hear Janice pretty well.
I can hear you.
Yeah, she was loud and clear.
Jai Baba Ram.
Yeah,
Yes, you're clear. Sam,
you're
you're
clear
clear.
now.
Very
Yeah, but
clear.
I can barely hear you all. That's the problem.
Oh,
Okay, doesn't matter.
See.
बच्चे किधर बताएं? राम वर्ष
It's a center for light.
Okay, let's start. Firstly, we'd like to invite our Lord Meher Baba to come and take over and attend this program of ours. Not only come and attend, but take over the entire proceedings and prompt each speaker to speak as per his will. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai. Today, at the onset, we'd like to wish everyone a very, very, very happy Diwali, the festival of lights. There is a beautiful bhajan on this subject. It was written by Nihit Mathur's Nanaji. It goes to say, हर दिन है, हर रात सुहानी है, बाबा है जिसके दिल में रोज दिवाली है. Friends, ये रोज दिवाली is an indication that we should have Baba's permanent stay in our hearts and let us react or behave as per his promptings from within. So this is how the song goes.
दिन है नया, हर रात निराली है, बाबा है दिल में तो रोज दिवाली है. हर दिन है नया, हर रात निराली है, बाबा है दिल में तो रोज दिवाली है. नया, हर रात निराली है। बाबा है दिल में तो रोज दिवाली है, हर दिन है नया। बाबा प्यार का सागर है, वो सब गुण आगर है। बाबा प्यार का सागर है, वो सब गुण आगर है। उनकी कृपा से ही ये सब खुशहाली है। हर दिन है नया, हर रात निराली है। बाबा है दिल में तो रोज दिवाली है, हर दिन है नया। सब प्रेमी जन मिलकर बाबा की जय बोलो। सब प्रेमी जन मिलकर बाबा की जय बोलो। जिनके घर में वो है, वो भाग्यशाली है। हर दिन है नया, हर रात निराली है। बाबा है दिल में तो रोज दिवाली है। हर दिन है नया, हर रात निराली है। बाबा है दिल में तो रोज दिवाली है।
Jai Baba, everybody. I hope you all liked it. Now we get on with our today's schedule. First of all, I'd like to narrate some of my experiences about going to Mehrabad on this this last bus trip. Of course, the journey took a long time because of bad roads and heavy traffic, being festival times and stuff like that. So जो हमें 1:30-2 बजे में पहुंचना था, वो शाम के 5 बजे हम पहुंचे. Two things that kept khana for all of us at 5 o'clock in the evening, except for 1 or 2 people, all of us daba ke khaya. So that was one thing. And the second thing was, nobody grumbled, because मैंने announce करके कह दिया था कि भाई this is something beyond our control, and everybody understood. Or nobody grumbled, nobody demanded extra stops, nothing. बाबा की मेहर से हम लोग अच्छी तरह से पहुंच गए. Unfortunately, we missed out on that. वो 4 बजे का कुछ म्यूजिकल प्रोग्राम था, वो मिस्ड आउट ऑन दैट. फिर जल्दी से खाना खा के रूम में जाके अगेन वी रैन टू गो टू द समाधि फॉर बाबा's darshan. And as it always happens when you go there for the first time, Baba takes over, his magic happens, and but from there on we are in his care, absolutely in his care. So this is about the first day. वो शाम को there was a movie which was beautiful, and our friend Johan Noble took all the trouble to screen it. From next day onwards, it was kind of routine. We would go to the Samadhi at 7 in the morning. Then we went to Mehrazad. Mehrazad mein, I happened to strike conversation with apna Falu Mistri, and after talking shop for some time, we went into Baba's teachings and Baba's, his time with the Mandli, etc., etc. और उसमें मुझे इतनी मजा आई, इतना आनंद मिला. And I am now convinced कि Baba really chooses people to do his work. उनको अभी हाल में चेयरमैन बनाया गया है मेर बाबा ट्रस्ट का. But the man's depth of understanding and Baba's wishes being fulfilled, etc., etc., उसको इतना खूबसूरत knowledge है कि I just don't have any words to describe it. One has to either find time and snatch him away and talk to him, or invite him over somewhere and give a talk. And because very simple, very lucid, उनसे बात करने में बहुत मजा आती, बहुत ज्यादा मजा आती. Anyway, that was about Mehrazad. Then we came back again, had lunch, had chai. Chai pe I think there was sakkar para, garma garam, वो दबा के खाए. And then वो शाम की आरती पे चले गए. आरती से आने के बाद there was again a group discussion. Sorry, उस दिन Menosh took people around explaining the murals at the dining hall. तो वो सब हो गया. And then I met a gentleman, I think his name was Percy Billimoria, Parvez Billimoria, I'm sorry. He is into organizing eye operations and charities at various levels and various hospitals around India. He handles funds of crores of rupees, and उनके साथ बातें करने फिर उसमें योहान भी ज्वाइन अप हो गया और बहुत मजा आई. एंड वो सब बातों से ऐसे लगा कि the whole setup at Mehrabad should be run more on a professional level. ऐसे उनका कहना था, क्योंकि आजकल वो फॉरेन से जो फंड्स आते हैं वो आर केप्ट ऑन होल्ड बिकॉज वो कुछ गवर्नमेंट का परमिशन का प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है वगैरह वगैरह. 80% of the trust income monthly goes into paying the labor, और बाकी के 20% में से बाकी का सब कुछ काम चल रहा है. तो he had some suggestions, this, that and the other. मगर this is my personal view कि वो जो बोल रहे थे, with due respects to him, he was talking like a professional कि how to raise funds and how to organize and this and that. हमारे जो लोकल ट्रस्टीज एंड चेयरमैन वगैरह जो भी कोई है, उनका नजरिया is entirely different. One small example, he said कि तुम लोग donation boxes क्यों नहीं रखते हैं हर जगह पे so that it becomes easier for people. And Baba had always been against that idea. He said कि किसी को donate करना है तो let that fellow take the trouble to find out how to go about donating. और जब भी कोई भी डोनेशन में कुछ भी पैसे मिले, make sure you issue the receipts वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. So what the trust and all that is happening in Mehrabad is as per Baba's teachings, and it is from the heart. That is my conclusion. इस दरमियान मुझे बहुत सारी चीजें सीखने मिली, बहुत सारे interactions हुए लोगों के साथ. Some were nice, some were not very nice. जो पुराने दोस्त थे वो मुंह फेर के बैठते थे. That I took it as Baba's indication कि बाबा ये घेला गांडा में से निकल के concentrate and focus on him. So that is what I took it as. फिर लौटते समय I had a very nice experience. मेरे दिल में ये था कि being Diwali season, all of us should have a meal together. कहीं ना कहीं जहाँ भी हम रुके वो ऐसी जगह रुके कि which would not be too expensive, ताकि everybody can afford, and सब लोग साथ में बैठ के मजा करके खाए पिए. Unfortunately, that was not to happen. Everybody opted for a place which was slightly expensive. So then what I did was cornered up the people who were not so well off, and उनको सबको बैठ के उनके साथ गप्पे सप्पे मार के खाना खाया. Only thing I felt very sorry about was कि मैंने वो 2 ड्राइवरों को नहीं साथ में लिया खाना खाने के लिए. And when we returned back to the bus, उन लोग बेचारे वो खाली कुछ भजिए भजिए लाके वो कुछ खा रहे थे. And I felt very bad about that. और मैंने बाबा से माफी चाही कि such distinction should not be made amongst us human beings, especially on such a nice auspicious day. So हाँ, ये जो हम जो मॉल में खाना खाने बैठे थे, I met a gentleman, very interesting person. He'd come for the first time. He was some 83 or 86 years old, but was more active than you and I put together. और I kept after speaking with him, I kept observing him. तो उनका एक ही जो मुझे principle of life which got across to me was his total surrenderance to the Lord. उनके हाथ में एक छोटी सी बैग थी. He would not, whilst getting off, I tried to help him. He said, नहीं नहीं, I'll manage. फट 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 उतर के फटाफट निकल गए. तो मुझे अंदर से ये महसूस हुआ कि it is good that you offer a helping hand here, there and everywhere. But आखिर में, the bottom line is, the final thing is analysis. It is he who looks after everyone individually. Or with that, it brought a lot of peace in my mind. मेरे जो दिमाग में हलचल गड़बड़ सरबड़ जो कुछ चल रही थी, तो I felt कि ये करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, because बाबा सबको संभालते हैं. तो मेरे जैसे लल्लू की क्या मजाल है कि वो भी संभाल लेंगे. So there's nothing to be worried about. And that was my biggest takeaway from this trip. कि उनके ऊपर छोड़ देते हैं. Of course अपनी कोशिश डेफिनेटली करना है और फिर फिक्र करने की जरूरत नहीं है, because he knows exactly what is to happen, when and where and how. So हमें वो उसमें खिटपिट में पड़ने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है. बहुत सारे लोग मिले वहां पे, and the atmosphere was so charged with his love. कि उसको डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए मेरे पास कोई शब्द नहीं है. I have no words to describe, because ये भूमि जैसी है. मेहराबाद and Mehrazad is where the Lord walked around several times, did his मस्त के साथ का जो भी कार्य है वो, फिर वो seclusion work वगैरह वगैरह. So it just reminds me of that one line of Sahib Azmi. Sahib Azmi, who was from Pakistan, who had come for Baba's darshan, and उनको अपने बालनाथू जी ने पूछा था, तो उन्होंने कहा था कि यहाँ के जर्रे जर्रों में सातवां आसमान झुक रहा है. And therefore he would not bother talking to anybody, and he would just take in and keep absorbing whatever he could from what the Lord had given. And of course हम मजा मस्ती जरूर करते हैं, लेकिन the lesson I learned was कि we have to stay focused on him, and उनको जो भी आदान प्रदान, whatever he has to take away from us and whatever he has to give up, let it all happen in the most natural way. So this was my experience about the Mehrabad trip. Now, I'd like to introduce our great Archana Grover. Archana Grover is the mother, and it takes me back to the times when her son had come to Bombay Center for the first time. हमेशा क्या होता है कि पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चे को बाबा के पास ले जाते हैं, इनमें उल्टा हिसाब हो गया। वो अपने लड़के के जरिए पूरी फैमिली आज बाबा के इसमें जुड़ गई है। अभी वो चैंपियन ज्यादा इधर दिखाई नहीं देता है, बट अर्चना जी keeps visiting our center and participates in our Baba activities very regularly. दिलो जान से करती है और बहुत sincerely करती है, and for which I am ever so grateful. I'll give a small example of her family, her husband and her son and all. अभी recently उनके grandson का birthday था, so they brought some प्रसाद के रूप में गिफ्ट पैकेज टू बी हैंडेड ओवर एटसेट्रा। प्रोग्राम चल रहा था, फिर टॉक खत्म हो गई एंड आई गॉट अ कॉल दैट वन ऑफ माय नेबर्स हैड पास्ड अवे। तो I quietly, discreetly ran out and I was about to leave. And her husband, Sunil, he caught me and he said, आप कैसे इतने जल्दी भाग जाते हैं? तो मैंने बोला कि बाबा ये ऐसा ऐसा है। Straight away उन्होंने he told his son to open this thing and वो पैकेट हाथ में दे दिया, ये बाबा का प्रसाद लेके जाइए। और मुझे वो बहुत छू गया। It struck a chord in my heart कि this gentleman, very simple man, he didn't have to do any of these things, but he kept his eyes open and knew कि भाई ये बेचारा अटफट में है, कुछ भागे जा रहा है, and he took the trouble to come out and do this. यही जो बाबा का प्रेम जो हम कहते हैं, we call ourselves Baba Premi, this, that, and the other. But when it comes to doing things, there are times when we close our eyes और हम मुंह फेर लेते हैं। What Baba wants is that selfless service. जो mastery in servitude जो बोल के गए हैं, that is at a different level altogether. मगर हमें हमारी तरफ से किसी के भी प्रति सिर्फ प्रेम और उसके बिना और कोई भी फीलिंग्स बीच में ना आते हुए रिएक्ट करना चाहिए। This is what I have also learned on this trip. वैसे तो भाषण बहुत लंबा चौड़ा हो सकता है, but suffice it to say that if you keep your eyes and ears open, Baba will teach you things at every step of your life. It is up to us how much to absorb, कितना सीखना है, क्या करना है. That is entirely up to us. Archana Grover is a very well-trained singer. So she sings very beautifully. Today she is going to talk about how she came to Meher Baba. What has Meher Baba done in her life? What happened when her dog was taken away and why she has not replaced it by another dog, etc., etc., etc. देखिए, हम सब human beings are छोटे-छोटे इंसान हैं. We are all engrossed in our own day-to-day lives, which are full of emotions, attachments, etc., etc., etc. लेकिन उसमें से भी to rise above and listen to Baba's prompting from within is what matters the most. So go ahead, Archana ji. It is all yours now.
Jai
Thank you,
Baba.
everybody.
Happy Diwali, a happy powerful Diwali to each of you. And thank you, Sam, for your kind words. So I begin with where we heard Nihit's bhajan, where he spoke of Diwali in our lives since our inception or coming to Baba. That is a fact. For us, Baba lovers, Diwali is every day of the year because he infuses us with so much love. It is amazing, and one cannot express the emotions that go with it. Thank you, Baba, for that. Now, if I may just share with you how I came to Baba. As Sam rightly said, it was through my older boy. I read this book by Nan Umrigar called The Sounds of Silence. And at that time, my son was studying. He was overseas. And he's very fond of reading like I am. And so I just expressed to him that you must go through this book. It is beautiful. And as Sam just described his experience at the Mehrabad trip that he's come back from, that was the feeling I got when I read the book. The descriptions of Mehrabad was so vivid and so beautiful that I felt I was almost there and I couldn't resist being there as soon as possible. That is when I spoke to my son, and Baba willing, as soon as he came back to India, he was the boy who located the Baba Center in Mumbai and met up with Sam and Cyrus, and that's where I began. Now, ever since that, I must tell you one thing, that a night before my older fellow, his name is Subir, before he was born, I had a dream. And the dream was that some figure, like I didn't know about Baba at all, was coming along on a white horse. Now, since I have been with Baba since 2005, I relate that horse to Mehra's horse. It's exactly the same picture that appeared in my dreams. So I believe from within.
Sorry,
that,
yes. So what was the dream? Just
a
this?
horse prancing and coming towards me like that. That's it.
There was no rider on him.
No, just
Baba wasn't riding him.
No, just an image. There was an image, but no clarity.
Achha.
So when I got to know about this, I have this conviction that Subir definitely has some past connection with Baba, and that is how we have all been drawn to him today. Now, my daughter-in-law is a Jain, and she also today is a staunch believer in Baba. And we follow, or we try to follow to our best effort to do what he wants us and wishes us to be and to do. And like we definitely believe in a lot of simplicity, humility, like Sam just mentioned about my husband. Yes, that is a prerequisite, if I should say so, in our family tradition. And we try to nurture this feeling in our children, as well as my grandchild, who is also a very firm believer of Baba. In fact, on his birthday, which Sam just mentioned, he sang here at the center. Though unfortunately, his mother was in hospital that day. She was admitted for a surgery. So even though he was not in the frame of mind, it was his love which made him sing before everyone and before Baba, most of all. And what else do you want me to? And I would like to thank a couple of Baba followers I have met here who have drawn me closer and closer to him. I'd like to make a mention of Rakesh Acharya. In the beginning, it was he who introduced me to trying to help in contribute in whichever way I could by making me translate the Baba plays which were performed for the YouTube, because they're normally performed in Hindi, and he wanted them to be done in English so that the followers worldwide could, follow them. And ever since, initially I was a working person, I was a working woman. And after I gave up, once the boys grew up, I was wondering what I would do. But Baba paved the way for me. So I began with small bits of translation in the form of plays for the YouTube. And after that, I have been really thankful to Baba for giving me an opportunity to currently translate a book, Meher Darshan, which is in Hindi by Bhav Kalchuri. So
you're translating it into
English, yes. And it is a book which is written in verse form and by the instructions given by Baba to Bhav, just about 4 to 5 days before Baba dropped his body. So I've just completed that. I don't know how to the best of my ability, but actually I have done nothing. I still attribute it all to Baba, who's guided me through and through. As initially when I started, I was a bit apprehensive whether I would be able to convey what the writer wanted to convey in Hindi. So I would very fearfully do page by page and take hours over each line, wondering, is it right? Is it wrong? But trust me, when I was a little shaken, I immediately would call out to Baba and he would just simply take over. Towards, say, about 50% of the book, I did a little with fear because I was wondering, am I doing it right or not? But towards the end, the latter half of it, I realized that I was not even thinking. So which asserts what I said, that it was he who was making me write. I didn't even have to think. It just flowed, the language just flowed. And of course, the book will be edited and re-edited. And I guess his son, Mernath, would go through it before it is published finally. But he has helped me through and through in this as well. Even in my day-to-day situations, like all of us don't always have a very rosy life.
You can say that again.
Yes. So we all go through ups and downs, but coming to Baba has changed my perception a lot. There were times where I would go crazy worrying about, oh my God, how will this happen? What will happen? Whereas now the situation is, if I have some calamity coming, I just close my eyes, remember him, and hand it over to him. So that gives me such solace and bliss. I'm sure all of you experience the same. So once again, I thank Baba for that. And another, if I can share another incident. Recently, Sunil lost his mother. And within 13 days of that, my mom had a fall, a very bad one, and she's about 87. My mother-in-law was 89. And when she had that fall, we had a prayer puja in the house actually for the 13th day. So Sunil and me were busy with that. And my older son and daughter-in-law had to rush my mom to the hospital and arrange because she had to undergo a surgery. But trust me, that day I was surprised with myself. It's unimaginable how Baba just stands with you, by you. I was so composed that even now when I think of it, I wonder, was that me? You know, he actually just takes your hand and takes care of you. But one has to have that faith and, completely surrender your everything. Of course, I feel sometimes we are burdening him with our burdens, which we've already done over the years. He's undergone a lot for us humans so that we evolve into what he wishes us to be. It's unimaginable the amount of suffering he has undergone for us. So in our daily lives, I think the least we can do is remember that in every action of ours so that we don't burden him further and go as per his wish. And forget about our desires and our attachments and our wants. That all is immaterial. That is something I have taken back from the book I've translated, that all that is absolutely illusory and takes you nowhere. The final goal should be him, and he helps you through if that, even that little 0.1% emerges within you, he pulls you up slowly, slowly. And hopefully by the end of our lives, we are able to attain that goal of merging with him. So that's it.
Who would like to ask Archana?
Yeah, Archana,
Hello?
Jimmy here.
Yeah, Jimmy
Archana-
Khan, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you talked about yourself and your one son. Let's hear about the other son and your husband.
You talked about your one son and your husband.
Yeah.
Now let's hear about your other son and what Jimmy does.
Okay.
Sorry, we are
Sorry.
doing all this musical chairs today.
Yes, Jimmy, you were asking about my second son
And your husband.
and my
Vis-
husband.
Vis-a-vis,
Okay.
vis-a-vis Meher Baba.
Right. So my husband was a very staunch ritualistic person before he came to Baba. He would visit temples almost every day of the week. And he had his gurus also. And but now, since he's come to Baba, that visiting of temples has almost gone. And he's more focused just on Baba. And he may not speak it out, but he does love him from the heart. And I would say the same about my second son. He's not a very vocal person, but I believe, being a mother and as part of a family member, I feel that out of all of us, he, I think, follows Baba the most.
Hi, Shabash.
Yeah. He's a very quiet person. He's never vocal, but his actions, his gestures, and once in a way when he says something, he actually opens your eyes to where you're wrong.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that okay, Jimmy?
One more question.
Yes, Asi.
Where would you have been without Meher Baba?
Oh, where would I have been without? In a void. In a void. I've got everything since I have come to him. I would have been a nothing.
If
Hallelujah.
you were to ask me that question, my answer would be, I'd be in the gutters of Mumbai. That's
Void.
what-
No, Sam, I would have said, ask Baba where he would want me to be. You know, he'll put wherever he wants you, wherever he wants to put you in, right?
Yes.
So you have no
that's true,
choice in that.
true.
Ram, that is very, very true. Yes.
Yeah. So don't ask for anything.
That's true.
And from what you just said, he always takes you to the brink, you know. And when you want to fall off the cliff, he'll grab you by the collar, and just have faith. I'm just going to narrate a small story, you know, which happened in Mehrabad. See, they had that
Just a
Padayatra.
minute, Ram. Can you please hold on a minute?
Yeah.
He wants to narrate a story and all that. So is it possible for us to get the sound from there? I mobile party thai. So I'll hold the mobile here. Just a minute, huh, Ram? We are trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
fix. Shall I ask him to say something? Ram, please say something.
Jai Baba.
Hello.
Jai Baba, can
Ram.
you hear me? Yeah, yeah, I'm talking, I'm speaking.
He is saying, but we can
Yeah, yeah,
barely hear.
you can see my lips moving. I am saying. It's
Can
a-
you keep repeating Jai Baba so that
Jai Baba,
we-
Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba. If it doesn't happen, then, you know, Archana can go ahead and continue her, you know, experiences.
where are the speakers? Yeah. Okay, I think we can manage now.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? No, recently, you know, we had this Padayatra in Mehrabad. And there are a lot of people who came from different, you know, parts of the country. And there was this group that had come from Andhra. And I don't know, this year they had very severe rains and they were supposed to go back. And they were to go back from Aurangabad. And Aurangabad is about 2.5 to 3 hours, you know, away from Mehrabad. And the drivers, you know, the taxi drivers were not able to come because there was rain, slush, and these guys were stuck. And all these people were worried, you know, what to do, what should we do? So, and I was there and I could see the worried look on them. So I just told them, if I were you, I'll ask Baba, please make the train go late. So they said, no, but that's the starting point. I said, you just ask, he will do the rest. And believe it or not, I got a, you know, they sent a message to a friend of mine saying that the train was delayed. I said, ask him sincerely, he'll do it. It's a faith. So anything you ask for it, you know, sincerely, and you know, the consequences, whatever it may be, you accept it, it will definitely, you know, go in your favor. That's been my experience with Baba. Just, you know, let him do what he wants to do. Can't hear you. Are you saying something, Sam?
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Oh, there's a problem.
Somehow it is one-way street. Either you hear or you. Anyway, Jimmy, please go ahead. Tell us what you want to say.
Yeah. Archana, I have a question for you if there's no one asking. Archana, I have a question for you. Namely, you are a Punjabi, right? And have you Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Okay. Have you come across a situation where your relations and your friends have told you, why are you running after a Parsi Baba? Are there no Punjabi gurus in our community? Are there no Sikh gurus? We have so many Sikh gurus. Why are you running after a Parsi Baba?
Yes, Jimmy, there have been such occasions. With family, yes, a little, but more with friends and other people who are very skeptical about, oh, you used to fast on Tuesdays, you used to do this. And there's one occasion which I can relate. You see, we had gone for a wedding to, I think, Amritsar. And on the way, the whole group, we were a group of friends. One of their sons was getting married, and they had planned to stop over at Jammu and go to Vaishno Devi. Okay, that's the year I had come to Baba. So Sunil was still a follower of his old rituals and old school of thought, whereas I was very stern. I said, I will not come. I will be in the room, but you go ahead. And so all of them went, they went on foot, and Sunil also went. The whole lot of them climbed up to Vaishno Devi, to the shrine. And I was in the room all alone in the hotel, actually, because the whole hotel was booked for the lot of us. And I had a little intuitive feeling about why hasn't Sunil come back still? I was a little worried. It took a long time, much more than expected. But I still said, okay, let's see what happens. You will not imagine, Jimmy, within about half an hour to this feeling of mine, there was a knock, the bell at the door, and Sunil had come. And can you imagine, he had had a very terrible fall.
Oh,
He came back with his face, all his eyes. I mean, it was a very bad scene. So I said my intuitions were so good. I understood that something had gone amiss. But I said, what happened? So he says, I was climbing up. The first thing that happened to him was his shoe broke while walking up. So then he went to some cobbler he found in the beginning, and he got it stitched, and he continued to walk. Then he felt, now on the way down, I'm not going to take a chance. I may fall. So he got back on a horseback, and the horse fell. Can you imagine? And Sunil fell straight on his face. But he was saved, his eyes, and he had a fracture of the elbow and arm and all that. But otherwise, nothing so serious. So now I had to listen to what my friends had to tell me. So they said, see, because you didn't come to Vaishno Devi, this happened. I said, excuse me, I choose to defer there. I feel he got saved because Baba saved him. So I'm thankful to him. He just had a few bruises and a fracture. It could have been worse. So there have been such occasions. Earlier, I would, get very annoyed from within that how dare you talk about Baba like this. But now I feel I'm a little more stable. I don't express my emotions. I just listen to it and take it in the flow. I don't react that way. So yes, you're right. There have been such times.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So, hey, this is Ram. I guess they can't hear me.
Ram, you want to say something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I
Ram.
wanted to ask Archana. So,
Just hold on a minute, please.
Ram, you can ask.
oh, okay. So, my question to you is, A rather suggestion, I don't think there's anything wrong in going to a temple, being a Baba person. I mean, I personally, I don't go, but if at all, if I had to go, I mean, there are occasions when you have no choice but to go. But I do see anything, I just see Baba in it. That's all. That's the only thing I do. Be it Krishna temple, Ram temple, any temple, and I just see Baba in it. And I say my Baba prayers there.
Avobi Dada Chanji, would you like to say something? नहीं, सब लोग सो गए अभी. Nobody wants to talk anymore. आशा जी कुछ कहना है आपको? Biku?
Archana, can you hear me?
1 minute, Jimmy is on. Just a minute.
Yes, I can hear you.
Just a minute. Jimmy.
Is there any definitive moment or incident?
1 minute, Jimmy, hold your horse.
1 minute.
Okay.
Is there any definitive moment or occasion that made you cement your feelings for beloved Baba?
Is
And
there any
conviction-
definitive moment or feelings?
Moment or event that cemented your feelings for Baba in the sense
that cemented your feelings for Baba,
that he's the one, that he's the one.
that he is the one.
Okay. There is no such event, Jimmy. I don't know. I have been gradually drawn to him. I cannot remember any event particularly. But that feeling for him is like Ram said, that going to a temple, there is no harm. I absolutely agree, because we do Navratras since we are Punjabis, and we grow that khetri in the house and all that. So I do that, and I always imagine Baba to be there. So,
Wow.
so that's how it is. So, but I've never had any event that is cemented. I know it's gradually getting cemented. He's doing the bonding. And that's it.
Bhikkhu Setna, you want to say something? Yeah.
During Baba's time, when Baba was coming by train from Pune to Mumbai, some Parsi gentleman, he said, if Baba is God, the train should stop right now. And the train did stop. And then Baba, of course, he knew everything. But he called him and he said, you challenged God and God fulfilled your wish. But by doing so, the train got delayed. The people reached late. They reached late in their office or whatever work, and for whatever reason, they will be getting firing. You are responsible for that, Karim.
The sanskaras.
Yeah.
Their sanskaras.
Second thing about going to temple or not going to temple, I would say that Baba has never said any particular thing about going or not going. He says that once you come to Samadhi, from Samadhi you directly go to home. Means after going, when you otherwise he has never said anything about not going to any place. That is what I remember. Thank you.
Since you have
Archana ji, I have a question. Can you talk about Yuvan, your grandson, how connected he is with Baba? Because I've seen him from young days and he was always connected in his own little sweet way to Baba. So if you can speak about him.
Yes, Yuvan is a Baba baby. That's what I always call him.
That's a grandson.
My grandson. So
One and only.
as I used to do my prayers, when he was a little baby crawling, he would come and sit next to me and listen and do some mischief and run away. But over a period of time, I used to do the Aarti loudly, Bujhave Nar Aarti. So he started singing it in his own babbling language, which was so cute. I have recordings of that for memory. And gradually I found that, yes, he started connecting a lot with Baba. So whenever he meets me now, he's 11 now, he will always say, Jai Baba, take care, Jai Baba Mama, you know. So it's always on, his greeting is Jai Baba, not a namaste or anything like that. And he used to sing at Padkar Hall. Maybe some of you remember when he was very tiny, must be all of 5. And he actually got the audience to sing along with him. I think it was Ustad Dhanyavad or something. So he is 100% a Baba soul, I would say. I call him Baba Baby. That's what I call him always. Yeah. Does that answer your question, Janice? Yeah.
Does anyone else have anything else to add or subtract or whatever? Jimmy Khan, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. What are your feelings when you return from Mehrabad? Can it be put into words?
What are your feelings when you return from Mehrabad? Can you put it into words?
The feelings I cannot express. For one, I never want to come back from Mehrabad.
Join the club.
I wish I could only be there and nowhere else. It's bliss, it's inexplicable. And if you ask me feelings, yes, when I'm on the way back, my memories are of every moment that I spent by the Samadhi. And even the people, there's so much love in that environment. It just oozes from everything, from every tree, stone, everything. And everyone is so warm that I feel this is my one big family. And I'm so happy to belong to this family, Baba's family, where he is our beloved father.
Jamsetji, any more questions?
No, there's no question, but I can share a thought. I know I'm not the speaker today. And if you permit me, I'll take 1 minute.
Yeah, sure. Only thing is, how do we get you on? 1 minute, just hold on. Huh? I am pakdi rakhe? Okay. 1 minute, huh?
Yeah. Archana, you know, I've been around the globe number of times. I've been to the best of the cities on earth. And wherever I am in one of those cities that people would die to go there, I'm always dreaming and daydreaming for Mehrabad. Always, always, always. Always daydreaming of Mehrabad. Always, wherever I am. Best of the towns and cities on earth. Best. Mehrabad is the place where dreams are made of. Absolutely. You said it. You said it. Thank you.
I totally endorse what Jimmy said. It takes me 2-3 days to recover.
It happened once when sitting in this center here, we were looking at the Antilla, the Ambani's residence. And some of us mentioned how rich and how wealthy he is and this, that, and the other. And then you and your profound words and your profound wisdom. Now stop giggling, Jimmy. You said something very profound. He said he may have all the wealth in the world, but we are the rich ones because we have Baba with us. And I have never ever forgotten this. I have never forgotten this. I think Bhikkhu wants to sing a song. Let's. Karthik, I told you to prepare. Uh, uh, Anybody else wants to talk or sing or anything else today? Archana wants to read something. Go ahead. Aji? No, go ahead. Before.
Yes, there is, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so in this book, Meher Darshan, which I've completed, the last page has a small synopsis like thing written by Bhau for Baba. It has touched me so much that I would love to share it with all of you. Of course, this is in Hindi and this is my basic translation. I'm no great translator, but whatever little I could understand, I'm sharing. So he says, for our dearest Baba, Lord, today your instructions have been completed. Eternal One, Meher Darshan, is being offered to you at your feet by me. It took me less than 4 months to write it, Lord. You only accomplished the task given to me. You continued to make me write, and I kept on writing every day. I was simply getting your help in everything, my beloved. 1 week before you dropped your body, you had given your order to shower this rain. Beloved, you only executed this order through me, but you have crushed my heart and my personality to ashes. Beloved, I do not like anything without you now. My heart yearns to see that smile. You are the fountain of immortality. You alone are my life. It is from you only that life is infused with light. But what can I tell you how my life has become now? The moth is far away from the lamp. Oh, what is his condition? The light departed, leaving the lamp half lit. What can the moth do now? He is writhing in pain. Lord Meher, you are leaving and the tears are now calling out to you. I am continuously striking you with the arrows of pain, but beloved, I find that I am constantly missing the target. If even one arrow strikes you, beloved God, my work will be accomplished. The heart will then find solace. Keep me as you like. I want to remain that way. What else do I know? Your slave, Bhau.
Beautiful.
This is something that has, it's so touching. It is, I don't know how to explain.
Your slave, Bhau.
Your slave. What humility and what love for the master. So much to learn from this.
Agar Bhauji can talk like this, तो हमारे जैसों की क्या हालत? That's all I can say. A person of that stature, that level, Bhauji, if he can say this, हमारा क्या वजूद है इसमें? Nothing, we are nothing. Baba is God in human form. Let us not ever forget this. हम कभी भी ना भूले कि वो मानव रूप में ईश्वर है. He may have dropped his body. Magar, his presence is ever so powerful. जब भी तुम सच्चे दिल से उनको पुकारो, वो हमेशा 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 हाजिर हो जाते हैं। मेरा एक बाबा का फेवरेट फ्रेज यही है कि when you call me sincerely, I dare not, care not. खुद ईश्वर कहते हैं कि I dare not, मेरी मजाल नहीं कि मैं तुम्हारी संभाल नहीं करूं, अगर तुम मुझे सच्चे दिल से पुकारो तो। Now Bhikkhu Setna will give us a song or a bhajan. Let us all concentrate on that.
जय बाबा। बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई, बोलो बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई, मेहर बोलो भाई, मेहर बोलो भाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। सब शास्त्र भरे हैं इसमें, सब शास्त्र भरे हैं इसमें, सब योग बसे हैं इसमें, सब योग बसे हैं इसमें, ओ सारी भक्ति का सार है इसमें, सारी भक्ति का सार है इसमें। प्रेम ज्योत जलाओ रे भाई, प्रेम ज्योत जलाओ रे भाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। नेम व्रत ना है बंधन यहाँ पर, नेम व्रत ना है बंधन यहाँ पर, उसको अपना तू सब कुछ समझ कर, उसको अपना तू सब कुछ समझ कर, ओ जब जी चाहे तू भजले में हर, जब जी चाहे तू भजले में हर, प्यासा प्रेम का मेहर भाई, प्यासा प्रेम का मेहर भाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। मैं मेहर की बड़ाई करूं क्या, मैं मेहर की बड़ाई करूं क्या, वो तो आदि और अंत सभी का, वो तो आदि और अंत सभी का, ओ मधुसूदन तो दास उन्हीं का, मधुसूदन तो दास उन्हीं का, जिसने मेहर की रट है लगाई, जिसने मेहर की रट है लगाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई, बोलो बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई, मेहर बोलो भाई, मेहर बोलो भाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Bhikkhu, since you have sang this bhajan so beautifully, don't let us. दे दो मेरे को किताब दे दो. I want. Archana ji, since you are so clever at translating, let us go line by line. These beautiful words written by Madhusudan, and try to understand the depth of it all. These are not just words at random. इसके अंदर जो अर्थ छुपा हुआ है उसे खोज के हमें बाहर निकालना चाहिए. बोलो बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई. The second line is very important. यही जीवन की साच कमाई. हमारा पूरा जीवन, we spend all our life earning a living, getting a wife, producing children, उसको पढ़ाओ लिखाओ बड़ा करो शादी करो डा 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 डा, बस उसी में चला जाता है. तो जीवन की साची कमाई क्या है? What is the right earning? कमाई को क्या बोले? What word would you use?
The essence, the real essence
The real essence
of life
of life.
is keep remembrance. It's remembrance. Bolo bolo meher bolo bhai. Keep on remembering him.
सब शास्त्र भरे है इसमें, सब योग बसे है इसमें, सारी भक्ति का सार है इसमें, प्रेम ज्योत जलाओ रे भाई. Suddenly a small anecdote that comes to my mind. एक पारसी gentleman थे, I can't remember his name, कराची के थे और बाबा प्रेमी थे, बाबा के बहुत करीब के थे. मीनू खरास, I think he was a big businessman. और नहीं थे तो पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर थे. मीनू खरास नहीं. Then there was another one. Sorry, it is not मीनू खरास. I might get his name. उनका बहुत बड़ा बिजनेस था, ईरान के साथ भी बिजनेस करते थे वगैरह वगैरह. और फिर उनको एक किसी ज्योतिष ने कुछ बोला कि अभी तुम्हारा वक्त बहुत बुरा आएगा एंड दिस एंड दैट में यू वाइंड अप एवरीथिंग एंड ये और वो. तो वो बेचारे बहुत निराश थे और बाबा के सामने आके बैठे थे और बाबा ने पूछा कि क्या हो गया, ये लंबा मुंह करके, व्हाई आर यू सिटिंग डाउन? I think Havovi wants to tell the name. Do you want to tell the name?
Mirji Karkaria. Mirji Karkaria.
Mirji Karkaria is right. Havovi, you should go on Kaun Banega Karodpati. Huh? You are very good at it.
Sam, I said it.
Acha, Jimmy uncle said it. Okay. So then this Mirji Karkaria, he told Baba कि बाबा मेरे को ये ज्योतिष ने ये सब बोला है वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. Baba burst out laughing and then on a very serious note he said कि क्या करता क्या है, क्या समझता है, what are you up to? You have become mine. Sorry. And from now on, you've been my responsibility all this while. ये ज्योतिष और ये all these astrological वो क्या मंगल ने गुरु ने ये ने वो ने शनि ने वो all these grahas. Baba distinctly told him, मेरे प्रेमियों के लिए मैं सॉरी ये सब ग्रहों को चाय के कप में मिला के उनको गोल गोल घुमा के पी लेता हूँ, खत्म कर देता हूँ. यानी कि all these things do not affect my lovers. My lovers should not be guided by all these things. They should be guided by me and me alone. That is what. देखो अभी बाबा ने चाहा तो पानी का ग्लास भी हाजिर हो गया. जय बाबा. Excuse me.
Correct me if I am wrong. At that time he was in Quetta ને પછી when real problems was there was a big earthquake in Quetta. So before the earthquake, Baba told him to sell all of his properties and wind up his business and come to India. I think so. And later on, earthquake did happen and he was saved by Baba. I think so. If please, Jimmy, correct me if I'm wrong.
These are two different stories.
Yes, because that story I think belongs to Goher and the
Who is
family.
father? Who is father?
Aji. However, can you unmute? Tamaru mic on karo.
This
Please unmute.
Quetta was Goher's father.
No, we can't hear you.
Rusi pop.
Have to speak. Is that-
Okay, now.
Okay. Acha. So there's a mix-up. Actually, it was Gaver, Dr. Gaver, and Katie's dad. They used to call him Pop.
Can you hold your horses for a minute, please?
Sure, sure. Is it unmuted again? Okay, Jai Baba. Done speaking. Jai Baba. Hello. Again.
However, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Jai Baba. Okay.
Jai Baba.
Yeah, this was Dr. Gaver and Katie's dad. Pop, they used to call him Pop. So Pop had a big, very, very big establishment in Quetta, you know, a big shop, everything going for him. And Baba said, Vechina, you come away. So he said, I'll wait a while, you know, he procrastinated. And finally, the earthquake took place and he lost everything. So he had to sell finally at a throwaway price. So it's very important that we follow Baba at the time and as per his thing, you know, like his wish, his will. So if you say, all right, I'll do it in a while, you may be too late. Jai Baba. I'm done. Hello. I don't know if I got through.
Okay. Aji. That was Goher and Khorshed's parents.
Katie.
Who we just spoke about. Katie. Sorry, Katie. Quetta ma. Yeah, there was a big earthquake in Quetta. Nema Vrat. Now coming back to the bhajan. Nema Vrat na bandhan yahan par. उसको अपना तू सब कुछ समझ कर जब जी चाहे तू बजले मेहर प्यासा प्रेम का मेहर भाई. There is no appointed time to remember Meher Baba. Am I right? That is the meaning of this.
Yes.
मैं मेहर की बढ़ाई करूं क्या वो तो आदि और अंत सभी का. Madhusudan is trying to say मैं मेहर की क्या बढ़ाई कर सकूं. How can one fathomless being? That is the exact word. मैं उनकी बढ़ाई कैसे करूं. वो तो आदि और अंत सभी का. Adi means the beginning and Ant means the end. The beginning and end of not just this life of this soul. The end of a particular soul that has come in Baba's fold. Uska end kab aayega jab that soul merges in Baba forever. Eternal peace जिसको बोलते हैं, whatever. मुक्ति जो भी कुछ कहते हैं. तब तक Baba looks after us. मैं मेहर की बढ़ाई करूं क्या वो तो आदि और अंत सभी का. मधुसूदन तो दास उन्हीं का. Madhusudan, the writer of the song, he says das to उन्हीं का. Das means a servant or a slave. जिसने मेहर की रट है लगाई. What does it mean, Archana? मेहर की रट लगाना?
मतलब लगातार उनकी याद करते रहना, लगातार, without stopping.
How beautiful can that be? How beautiful is that? There is nothing better in this world. हमारे सेंटर पे एक छुपा रुस्तम है. He has a unique way of remembering Baba. वो क्या करता है? Every morning, whenever he listens to the radio or whatever, कोई अच्छा गाना जो भी आ जाता है, तो उसी ट्यून पे बाबा 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 को याद करते करते बाबा के, because he says कि मेरे में ये आदत थी कि सुबह सुबह मैं जो भी गाना सुनता था वो पूरा दिन मेरे दिमाग में चलते रहता है. तो what he does is he keeps the tune the same. अभी it may sound funny but वो उलाला क्या वो गाना था. तो आप लोग को हंसी आती है, लेकिन एक दिन मैं सीरियसली बैठ के ये गाने को बाबा के इसमें कन्वर्ट करने की कोशिश करता था. तो द वर्ड्स केम, मेहर बाबा मेहर बाबा मेहर बाबा मेहर बाबा, ये क्या है मेरी जिंदगी, समथिंग समथिंग, एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स वो चमक छल्लो हैया एंड ऑल दैट, जाने दो सब. बट द पॉइंट इज किसी न किसी जरिए, in whichever way, form that you like, try to remember the Lord always. खाते समय, पीते समय, रास्ते में जाते समय, घर पे वापस लौटते समय, जो भी है सो उनको थैंक यू बोलो, उनको साथ लेके चलो, चलिए बाबा हमारे साथ चलिए. And believe you me, वो जरूर तुम्हारे साथ आएंगे. And he will never ever let you down, because if you have become his, he dares not, care not for all of us. यही कहते हुए आज हम हमारा प्रोग्राम समाप्त करने की कोशिश करेंगे. लेकिन there is one very, hello, just a minute. There is a very joyful announcement that I have to make, and I hope and pray and wish that all of this 1820 participants online and few over here, all the people join us in singing a very happy birthday to our dear Janice, because it is not very often that we catch her in this act. So, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Janice. Happy birthday to you.
Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. In honor of her birthday, आज की प्रार्थना और आरती will be done by Janice. Thank you.
Sam, what does Janice look like?
Thank you.
Can we see her? What does she look like? No, I can't see. Okay, good. Happy
Thank
birthday.
you everybody for
Happy
lovely,
birthday.
singing and wishes. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. We'll do the prayer in the Aarti. Just give us a minute to set.
Please don't go.
Stay for the Aarti and prayers, please.
Chalo, let's go.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। हे परवरदिगार, सबके राखनहार और सबकी रक्षा करने वाले, तुम्हारा कोई आदि नहीं है और न तुम्हारा कोई अंत है। तुम अद्वैत हो, तुम तुलना से परे हो और तुम्हारा पार कोई नहीं पा सकता है। तुम्हारा कोई रंग और कोई रूप नहीं है। तुम आविर्भाव से रहित हो और तुम गुणातीत हो। तुम अपार हो और अगाध हो, कल्पना और धारणा से परे हो, शाश्वत और अनश्वर हो। तुम अखंडनीय हो और दिव्य नेत्रों के सिवाय और किसी भी प्रकार से तुम्हें कोई नहीं देख सकता है। तुम्हारा अस्तित्व सदैव था, तुम सदैव रहते हो और तुम सदैव रहोगे। तुम सर्वत्र हो, तुम हर वस्तु में हो और तुम हर जगह से परे तथा हर वस्तु से परे भी हो। तुम आकाश में हो और पाताल में हो। तुम व्यक्त हो और अव्यक्त हो। तुम सब लोकों पर हो और समस्त लोकों से परे भी हो। तुम तीनों भुवनों में हो और तीनों भुवनों से परे भी हो। तुम अगोचर हो और स्वतंत्र हो। तुम सृष्टि के रचने वाले हो, स्वामियों के स्वामी हो, समस्त मनों और हृदयों के ज्ञाता हो। तुम सर्वशक्तिमान हो और सर्वव्यापी हो। तुम अनंत ज्ञान हो, अनंत शक्ति हो और अनंत आनंद हो। तुम ज्ञान के महासागर हो, सर्वज्ञ हो, अनंत ज्ञान रखने वाले हो। तुम भूत, वर्तमान और भविष्य के ज्ञाता हो और तुम स्वयं ज्ञान हो। तुम पूर्ण दयामय हो और सदैव परिकारी हो। तुम आत्माओं की आत्मा हो और अनंत गुणों से संपन्न एक परमात्मा हो। तुम सत्य, ज्ञान और परमानंद की त्रिमूर्ति हो। तुम सत्य के मूल हो, प्रेम के महासागर हो। तुम सनातन सत्ता हो, ऊंचों में सबसे ऊंचे हो। तुम प्रभु और परमेश्वर हो। तुम परब्रह्म हो और परात्पर परब्रह्म भी हो। तुम परब्रह्म परमात्मा हो, अल्लाह हो, इलाही हो, यज़दान हो, अहूर मज़्द हो और प्रियतम ईश्वर हो। तुम्हारा नाम यज़ अर्थात एकमात्र पूजनीय है। हे असीम दया के निधि प्रभुराज, हम अपने सब पापों के लिए पश्चाताप करते हैं। हर एक विचार के लिए जो असत्य, अनुचित या गंदा था, हर एक बोले हुए शब्द के लिए जिसे बोलना हमें उचित न था, और हर एक कर्म के लिए जिसे करना हमें उचित न था। स्वार्थ से प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और तथा विचार के लिए तथा द्वेष प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए हम पश्चाताप करते हैं। विशेषकर हर एक कामुक विचार तथा क्रिया के लिए, ऐसे हर एक वचन के लिए जिसको हमने पूरा नहीं किया, और असत्य वचनों के लिए, और सभी निंदा, पाखंड, दम या लोगों के पीछे उनके दोष बताने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। और खासकर दूसरों का नाश करने वाले हर एक कर्म के लिए, दूसरों को दुख देने वाले हर एक शब्द तथा कर्म के लिए, तथा दूसरों पर दुख गिरने की इच्छा करने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। हे प्रभुराज, आप हम पर असीम दया करके हमारे किए हुए पापों को क्षमा कीजिए, और वैसे ही आपकी मर्जी के अनुसार विचार करने में, बोलने में तथा कार्य करने में जो हमारी असमर्थता सदा रहती आई है, उसको भी क्षमा कीजिए। यही हमारी आपसे प्रार्थना है। प्रियतम परमात्मा, हमारी ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम तुझसे अधिक का अधिक प्रेम करें, और अधिक और अधिक, और फिर भी उससे भी अधिक प्रेम करें, जब तक कि हम तुझ में मिलकर एक हो जाने के पात्र बन जाएं। और तू हम सब की ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम अंत अंत तक प्रियतम बाबा का दामन दृढ़ता से पकड़े रहें। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। बुझावे नार सहेलत नी कर खुद रत्न फरमा तू छलागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरे मातू आया मोर शद मेहर बाबा चरण पर तुझ न धरिए सर खुदाना जात तीवा के फतई बे ठो मेहर बातू तुझे माँ लेखा की कतनो तू आशिक हीने आरे भी तुझे धरी याए वह दत मारे फतनो होई तूफान तू हमोरा है राव ने आए साले बख्शे ज्ञान सदानु के तू पर महात्मा ज्ञानी छने मोह तारे रफातू खुदाना प्रेम नो प्यालो पिलावी मस्त हमने कर छे तुझ पर जान सद के सा किया पी दे पे मातू हमारी नाव भर दरिए तरावे तो हमें तरिए
चैनिगे पातु हमारा ना खुदाए मेहर बाबा चैनिगे बातु बुझावे नारे जैलतनी कर खुद राते फरमातु चलागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरे मातु। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। O glorious eternal ancient one, your face is a bright transcendental sun. Lighten this dark world and the tears I weep. My heart meher I give to you to keep. Creator yet creationless you are, truth and truth's body, divine avatar, who through compassion the three worlds maintains, destroys this ignorance that life sustains. These five lights are the whirling spokes of breath of the world wheel that bears me on to death. Unless you who are infinitely kind break the wheels of which is conditioned mind. This incense is my love, these fruits my art, which to please you I have shaped from my heart. Accept them as you would a simple flower that has no use beyond its shining heart. You are myself, I sing to you in praise and beg your love to bear me through the days. Till you, the ever-living perfect one, illume my darkness with your shining sun. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।